You don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know what I'm talking about.
It is one of the most controversial cases in U.S. history where for the first time an aggravated charge was placed without the government proving an underlying case. They upgraded misdemeanors, which require an underlying crime, but they never proved a crime actually happened.
Then why couldn't his attorneys prove that in a court of law?
They did!
Woke Brian Shapiro gets absolutely demolished by Tim Pool for being a complete idiot in this explosive debate, as Brian Shapiro comes in with his Trump derangement syndrome set to 20 out of 10, making these delusional claims, and Tim Pool snaps and goes off on Woke Brian Shapiro for being totally ignorant and calls out his stupidity live in this exchange. Let's get in.
You're making a lot of arguments that are not related to each other. You can let's try this. I have prioritized the field mouse problem in this building, and I have told all of the staff here my priority is the field mice. But one day Tate walks in and I caught a cricket, and he goes, "What the fuck are you doing to the crickets? Why the fuck won't you stop the field mice?" And I'm like, "Bro, we got the field mouse traps everywhere. You're just looking at the one instance where I've caught a cricket. Why are you mad at me?"
There's also more crickets.
We're talking about healthcare. We're talking about immigration. What has Donald Trump in the last 9 years that has helped us when it comes to our healthcare?
You have no examples to prove they are not prioritizing violent criminals.
I just gave you the statistic.
No, you're telling me that they've gotten people who are not violent criminals, who perhaps are easier to apprehend.
No, they haven't gotten people, the majority of people that they've apprehended.
Because they're easier to apprehend. But does that mean they're not focused or prioritizing criminals? You're not making an argument.
So getting ICE agents to show up outside of courtrooms
is not a question of priority. It's a question of you saw a thing happen.
They said their priority. This is Tom Homan's own words.
Okay, how many agents are focused on narco gangs, cartels, etc.?
I don't have the numbers.
Exactly. You're not making an argument.
More people have been deported that are
not related to what you're saying.
I figure the prioritization
I think you lack the cognitive ability to connect the dots.
No, I think I do, and I think this comes down to...
Let's try this again. A priority doesn't mean the outcome is guaranteed.
I understand that.
So pointing out a bunch of nonviolent criminal aliens were arrested doesn't mean they're not prioritizing violent criminal aliens.
Okay, well, it doesn't appear to me that they are. And if you think that they are,
that's an opinion and not an argument.
Well, if you think that they are, then you're entitled to your opinion. But I don't believe that they are. When you're tackling people and nonviolent criminals outside of courthouses in front of Home Depot or teachers, I've seen the videos.
Not a question of priority.
You don't even need to track anybody for that. They're showing up to the courthouse and telling you who they are. So,
and that's not a question of priority.
To track the criminal.
These things you're pointing out are two different situations.
You pointed out that 40% of those deported are violent criminals. That's outsized from the percentage of legal immigrants that are here that are actually violent criminals. So Trump is actually punching above his weight when it comes to deporting violent criminals.
I want violent criminals out of this country.
All criminals.
You're on that.
So he's doing really well.
Hold on a second. So you want accountability for criminals. Is that right, Tim?
Yes.
Okay. Then why would you support a 34-count felon?
He's not a felon.
This is the craziest whataboutism I've ever seen.
What was he charged with?
Not whataboutism.
What's the criminal charge?
Is he a 34-count felon, convicted felon? Yes or no?
No.
Yes, he is.
No, he's not.
He wasn't sentenced, but he was convicted by a jury. Was he not?
It's not.
Was he found guilty or not guilty of 34 counts?
What were the charges?
I'm asking you a question.
The answer is no.
Why do you answer the question? Maybe you're the one with the cognitive difficulties.
The answer is no. The answer is no. The answer is no again, no again, no again. Now tell me what he was charged with.
So wait, the jury did not find Donald Trump guilty?
Correct, yes.
I mean, the earth isn't flat, Tim.
What was he charged with?
What? Wait, you just said a jury did not find him guilty.
Indeed, that's correct.
Where are you getting that from?
Because Trump was never actually charged with any real crimes.
Okay, so you're saying...
So hold on. Is your argument, did a group of people come together
whether you agree or not is not the question, okay?
Well, so we're having a conversation on the logic and the facts of the matter. And the facts of the matter is Trump was not legitimately charged with any crime. So he can't be found guilty.
Opinion? That's your opinion.
It's a fact.
Okay, it's a fact.
It is indeed a fact.
A jury found him guilty.
Of what?
You're wrong.
Of what?
Okay.
Of what?
You say 34-count felon.
Of what?
Okay, well, did he not... I'm answering it. I'm answering it. Did he not make up and falsify business records?
He did not.
He did not. Okay.
That wasn't the case. Did you watch? Did you check?
I did.
So who actually?
So he didn't break the law.
Who was accused of it?
He didn't break the law.
He did not. Well, perhaps.
So
maybe,
in your opinion, perhaps
maybe. No. Okay, stop. I'm going to mute you if you try and play that stupid stuff because you interrupt me while I'm making the point that perhaps maybe it was a misdemeanor falsification of business records from his CFO. Perhaps, maybe. Don't cut me off when I say perhaps, maybe, to change the context of what I'm saying. Donald Trump was accused of misdemeanor falsification of business records by instructing a lower staffer we don't know he actually instructed. All because of Cohen making a claim about paying Stormy Daniels. This cannot be upgraded to a felony because it's what's called requiring an underlying crime, which never in the history of the United States has been done before. Donald Trump, in this charge, was convicted falsely.
In your opinion?
It's not an opinion. It is a fact.
So the judge got it wrong. The
Indeed.
courts got it wrong.
Absolutely.
But you got it right.
What was the underlying crime?
The problem I have with
Answer the fucking question.
What was the underlying
Yes.
crime? 34 counts.
Of what?
Okay. Falsifying business records was
Underlying
one
crime.
of them.
Name it.
I don't have it right in front of me.
There isn't one.
Okay. But so you're saying that the judge got it wrong, the jury got it wrong, he had the right to defend
For the love
himself
of all
in a
that is
courtroom.
holy. This is the problem with this country.
They all got it wrong.
What is the underlying crime?
He was convicted in a court of law, Tim.
What? Oh my God. What is the underlying crime?
What is the underlying crime?
Okay, let's stop.
I think Tim wants you to point it out.
Let's wait.
Yeah, go ahead.
What was he charged with? Just give me the sentence. Give me the single phrase.
What I know is that he was a 34-count felon convicted.
Oh my God!
That's what I know.
What was he charged with?
I don't have the case right in front of me.
You don't know.
I don't have the case right in
You
front
are
of me.
in a cult. You
I'm in
are
a
a
cult?
cultist.
How am I a
Yes.
cultist?
You don't know what you're talking about, and
I
you're
don't know what I'm
zealously
talking
arguing
about.
for it.
I don't know what I'm talking about. You're the one who just looked
Okay.
me in the eye and told me that a jury did not find him guilty. Now you can
Stop.
you can
Let's try this
disagree
again.
with it.
What was he charged with?
Again,
You don't know? Do you know or do you not know?
he falsified business records. Okay.
What's the charge?
I don't have the charges.
You
right
don't
in front of
know,
me.
do you?
I don't.
Maybe you should then
have
say,
the
I
charges right
don't
in front of
know.
me.
Maybe. How about you say this? I don't know.
You can tell me what
You
the
say, I don't
charges
know?
are, but he was still convicted in a court of law.
Do you want to say,
can
I don't know?
disagree with it.
He
I don't
was-
have it right in front of me. That doesn't mean that I'm wrong with what I'm saying.
It
He was still
certainly
convicted.
does because you don't know what you're talking
So
about.
he wasn't found guilty in a court of law.
He was not found guilty in a court of
That's
law.
the only point I was making.
Of a criminal action for which falsification was an aggravated factor. You don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know what I'm talking about.
It is one of the most controversial cases in U.S. history where for the first time an aggravated charge was placed without the government proving an underlying case. They upgraded misdemeanors, which require an underlying crime, but they never proved a crime
So let me ask you a
actually
question.
happened.
Then why couldn't his attorneys prove that in a court of law?
They did! Bro, this is why it's under appeal and they have not issued a sentence yet.
So in our country,
I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know what I'm.
Yeah, folks, let me know down below if you agree whether or not Brian Shapiro is an absolute tool completely through and through. He wants to argue this, constantly referring to, oh, well, Trump got convicted, that, a jury said so, whatever. Would he use the same logic, right? If he was trying to, say, defend a black guy who got roughed up or abused by white cops, would he just say, oh, well, no, I mean, the cop said so. The cop say he's guilty? Yeah, the jury said he's guilty. Nothing to see here, whatever. Or would he turn it around and say, I want every single minuscule detail. I want to know exactly what happened. I want to know what the transcript was. I want to know what the details were, the forensics, everything, right? That's what Tim Pool is giving Brian Shapiro right now. He's giving him the actual data forensics that Brian Shapiro admits he doesn't even know. How can you justify the claim that someone is found guilty properly if you can't even tell me what the guy was actually charged with? Like, what law did he break? Because he's so quick to just run with this and say, oh yeah, Trump's guilty. Trump's guilty. He's evil. He's all this. Oh yeah, he got convicted. This is what the liberal media knows that their woke NPCs do. They know they don't ask too many questions. They know they just follow the headlines. They know they just mindlessly go with the dribble, so they don't need to, because idiots like Brian Shapiro will just go out of his way to push the propaganda along without asking the same details and standards that he would otherwise apply to anybody on the right if they did anything that he ever saw wrong, say with illegal immigration or anything of that sort, where he wants to know all the details. Instead of just saying, oh, well, I said he was guilty. I said he was illegal. Yeah, get rid of him. Right? He treats these two different things in a completely different standard, showing his clear bias, all the while admitting he's an ignorant idiot. But let me know what you think. Hit that like button and notification bell, and let's get back in.
I'm talking about. Oh, here's what I do.
You can't even name the charges. You don't know who was...
Just because I can't name the charges doesn't mean he wasn't convicted in a court
Who
of law.
falsified the records?
Well, he didn't falsify the records per se, but people that were doing it, that were behind it.
All right, let's slow down. Let's slow down and calm down. You don't know the facts of the case.
Do you know all the facts in the case?
I know
you have more
evidence
than what the jury heard?
I have a good plenty of more evidence than you to found my arguments.
Okay, but did you have the evidence that the jury had?
Indeed, it was all released.
Oh, you had all the evidence that the jury saw.
So we're not going to speak in absolutes. The American public was privy to the information and the jury testimony, and juries gave up.
All right, so he's innocent. He didn't do anything wrong. The left went after him. It was George Soros.
Make a real argument.
Okay, sure. You have a 6-year-old daughter, right? Which, by the way, congratulations.
No, I don't.
Oh, I thought you had a daughter. I
do, but she's not 6.
Well, by the way, congratulations on that.
I appreciate it.
So
now we're nice again.
I like good-spirited debates. I like this stuff. So, Tim, if your daughter was 12 I don't know how old she is, but if she was 12 or 13 years old and she was in a pageant and a creepy man went in there without her permission and talked about it sexually on the Howard Stern show, which he did.
Okay, wait, hold on.
Yep. I don't know what's funny about that.
We're just talking about the court case.
We're talking about the moral aspect of Donald Trump now because we've talked about morals.
Oh, he's a pig.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you have
he's got serious decorum problems and attitude problems.
Forget about
he did stop World War III though.
Forget about the legal argument for a moment. Okay. Forget about the legalities of Donald Trump. I'm just asking.
So he's not a felon.
Why should we forget about that?
Well, because I'm asking about morals now. I'm talking about the moral aspect of why I don't support him. Okay. And I'm trying to have a conversation with you about morals. Are you comfortable? You're comfortable with the leader of the free world being a liable sexual abuser who's had dozens of women that have accused him of rape or sexual assault, including his ex-wife in court documents?
That's all bad.
It's all really, it's kind of really bad, isn't it?
You know what? I have a trouble with the United States of America, especially because Barack Obama murdered a 16-year-old American citizen by bombing a civilian restaurant in Yemen. Whataboutism?
I asked you a question about Donald Trump.
I agreed with you.
So why would you support somebody like that?
For the same reason that people probably support Obama murdering children. The issue is about
Kamala. Name me one thing that Kamala Harris has done in her life.
Let's slow down and say the issue at hand is we always call this the lesser of two evils, and we could take a look at Donald Trump being slovenly and perverted and whatever you want to call him, and these are bad things. And I'm like, wow, this is why I didn't vote for him in 2016. And then you can take a look at what else you're up against. And you've got Joe Biden, warmongering crony who sold out this country to his brother for Iraqi contracts and 10% of the big guy, and the list goes on. You can take a look at the extension of the Obama administration, where Obama killed tons of children. He has the record for most children murdered by a Nobel Peace Prize holder. And most notably was the extrajudicial assassinations of Anwar al-Awlaki and Abdurrahman al-Awlaki. Now, you can make the arguments about Anwar al-Awlaki being a jihadi, but he was an American and we have due process. But then you get Abdurrahman al-Awlaki, who was a 16-year-old American citizen who was at a civilian restaurant in Yemen, and Obama blew him up. And when Obama was asked about it, he said, oops. And so they come to me and say, Trump's a pig. And I'm like, yeah, you got that right.
So first of all,
and then I've got to choose who I'm voting for on this one. And I'm going to tell you, you know what? They all suck.
Well, Trump didn't run against Barack Obama, and I didn't vote for Barack Obama.
Biden,
I'm not here to defend Barack Obama.
No, I'm talking about
Donald
Biden.
Trump because you support Donald Trump.
Indeed. And
you're okay with supporting a pig who probably sexually abused a lot of people, who was best friends with Jeffrey Epstein. He was best friends.
Now you're making things up.
Found liable in a court of law for sexually abusing E. Jean Carroll. His own wife.
Play this game?
His own wife.
You don't want to play
a game.
You don't know the facts of the case.
Okay, well, let's talk about the 25 other women.
Oh, no, let's do the E. Jean Carroll thing.
Okay. So Barack Obama.
Tell me what happened.
So hold on. Barack Obama's. I will.
No, you brought it up.
Barack Obama is a murderer, and yet he was never convicted. It never was shown in a court of law. Nothing ever proven. But you can make blatant statements, Tim.
I'm not retarded.
I'm not retarded either. Okay, I'm a pretty smart guy.
When a court of law says a thing is true, that doesn't mean it's true.
Gotcha. So unproven in a court of law, but Barack Obama's a murderer, and you're totally okay saying that. But Donald Trump never sexually abused anybody, even though liably found guilty in a court of law.
Let's slow down a minute. See,
I'm just asking you.
This is the issue with liberals. You don't know.
I'm not a liberal. You don't know what you're talking about. I'm a registered independent. You just called me a liberal. Let's be factually accurate, Tim.
The left.
Okay, I'm not the left.
You don't know.
I didn't vote for Obama. I didn't vote for Hillary Clinton.
You are left.
Okay, well, you can say that, and I can call you a hard MAGA right, but it doesn't mean that you're right.
Too. But there's clearly distinct factions in the culture war, and there's a left and a right, which defines the overall.
I don't like sexual abusers. I would never vote for somebody like that.
Yeah, I wouldn't either.
Well, you did.
No, I didn't.
Okay, so Donald Trump never sexually abused anybody.
Tell me
the 25 women lied. His own ex-wife in court documents in a deposition. She under oath. His ex-wife said that he raped her.
You know what your issue is?
He went into teenage girls' locker rooms without their permission.
Bad things. Yeah, bad things.
Oh, that's just bad.
Those are real bad. Those are real bad.
Locking the keys in my car is a bad thing. That's despicable.
So tell me the case.
You have a daughter. Well, hold on a second. I just talked about going into
you don't know what you're talking about.
I don't?
You don't.
Donald Trump bragged about it on the Howard Stern show. Which case? E. Jean Carroll?
E. Jean Carroll.
So you want to go through the case.
You said proven in a court case. I said, tell me about it.
The jury found him liable.
You can't.
You can be a registered independent, but is anybody going to believe Brian Shapiro is not on the woke left? Literally every opinion he has, every stance he has is on the left side. Like, trying to say you're not on the woke left and you're not part of it just because you're an independent, yet literally every time you have a microphone in front of your face or there's a debate or an argument, you take a woke far left stance. Like, how does that not coincide? And look, I get that you cannot like your president for whatever moral reasons, whatever type of person they are. At the end of the day, you're voting for the person because you think they can get you the thing that you want. That's why you should be voting for people. If you were going to morally judge everybody, well, then everyone's guilty. Everyone's done something bad. It's just a matter of degree. And at that point, you know, politicians are just measuring each other up to the other one, saying, I'm not as dirty as that one. And then what does that get you? Like, it's an ugly game, but you need to be voting for people who can actually accomplish getting the thing that you are actually voting for. That is why you should be voting for somebody, not just because of their moral fake virtue signaling. And it's funny because Brian Shapiro wants to lose his mind over Trump. All of these allegations, like the Jean Carroll thing, which is totally bogus. Again, he can't mention the details. But why didn't he use this same scrutiny to Joe Biden? I mean, Joe Biden literally forced a former worker, Tara Reid, to go into exile in Russia because she was afraid for her life after she accused Joe Biden of attacking her. And even his own granddaughter wrote in her own diary talking about all the details about wanting to avoid showers at certain time so Joe Biden wouldn't get in with her. You know, she literally put it in her own diary. Yet, do they hold him to the same standard that they hold Donald Trump? No. And you can actually prove that the things that Joe Biden did actually did happen. But thanks for watching. Let me know your thoughts down below about Brian Shapiro getting absolutely demolished by Tim Pool for this insane woke TDS rant. Thanks again, like and subscribe, and I will see you on the next one.